Alright, Brainiacs, buckle up because it's about to get funky. Hugo the Honey Badger here, buzzed and ready, get in the zone. It's Honey Badger time. Let's roll, let's pounce on today's mind blower. Here's a brain teaser. Who flew a dragon to space, then later helped steer a trip around the moon, and has a call sign that means I know everything. No guts, no glory. Drum roll in the savannah, please. It is Victor Jerome Glover Jr., a United States Navy pilot turned NASA astronaut, a trailblazer with rocket fuel in his veins and cool courage in his paws. First things first, what is an astronaut? An astronaut is a super trained space traveler who flies rockets, runs science in orbit, and keeps spacecraft safe. NASA is the space agency in the United States that plans big missions like trips to the International Space Station and the moon. Okay, switching rivers. Victor Glover was born in Pomona, California in April 1976, raised with hard work vibes from his mom Cynthia and dad Victor. As a kid and teen, he ran fast, wrestled tough, and even pole vaulted. In high school, he played quarterback and running back. Later in college, he played defensive back wearing number 23. Yeah, speed, strength, and smarts, all in one perfectly perplexing package. After college, he joined the Navy in 1999. Then in 2001, he earned his golden wings as a naval aviator. He trained on the F/A-18 Hornet at Miramar. The Hornet is a super fast fighter jet, like a Wasp with afterburners. Buzzed and ready, but like cooler. He served with VFA-34 and deployed on the USS John F. Kennedy supporting Operation Iraqi Freedom. He flew 24 combat missions. Whoa, that is serious courage. He also nailed more than 400 carrier-arrested landings. That is when a jet hooks a wire to stop fast on a moving ship. Try parking a cheetah on a skateboard on a river, and that is the vibe. And check this, he has 3,000 flight hours in more than 40 different aircraft. That is like trying every ride at the theme park twice. Blindfolded, do not try that. Safety first, pause on the brakes. And now, hold on to your fur. This next bit is bonkers. He was chosen for the United States Air Force Test Pilot School in 2006 and graduated in 2007. Then he tested airplanes with VX-31 at China Lake. Test pilots push planes to the edge to make sure they are safe, like honey badgers checking a burrow for snakes. Careful, brave, and super focused. Between 2007 and 2010, he stacked up not one, not two, but 3 master's degrees, flight test engineering, systems engineering, and military operational art and science. Brains with afterburners. Plus a space systems certificate from the Naval Postgraduate School and a legislative studies certificate from Georgetown. This is nuts. That is a beehive of knowledge. In 2013, he worked in Washington, D.C. as a legislative fellow with Senator John McCain, learning how laws, money, and missions fit together. Then boom, that same year NASA picked him for Astronaut Group 21. In 2015, he finished astronaut training, ready to roar and explore. Speaking of wild stuff, check this out. His call sign is Ike, short for I know everything. A commander gave him that because he was always prepared. It is not about bragging, it is about homework done right, like a honey badger bringing extra snacks and a map, just in case. Fast forward to the new space era, NASA's Commercial Crew program teamed up with SpaceX. In August 2018, Victor was assigned to the first operational Crew Dragon flight. Crew 1 lifted off November 2020 on a capsule named Resilience, with Victor as pilot plus Michael Hopkins, Shannon Walker, and Soichi Noguchi. 2 days later, they docked to the International Space Station. The ISS is a giant science lab flying in low Earth orbit like a floating treehouse for experiments. On station, Victor served as a systems flight engineer for Expedition 64 and 65. He lived there more than 6 months, from 2020 into 2021. He even did a spacewalk in January 2021 to upgrade the Columbus module. 6+ hours outside in a supersuit. Talk about chill. Those months set history. Victor became the first Black American astronaut to live aboard the ISS on a long mission, and the first Caribbean American expedition crew member to live on station. Representation matters. It opens doors. It sparks dreams. Stay curious, little one. Get in the zone. It is Honey Badger time. On station, he also spoke with Vice President Kamala Harris in February 2021. They talked about human spaceflight, Earth views from orbit, and going from the moon to Mars. Big plans, big teamwork, big wow. And here comes the moon magic. In December 2020, Victor was named to NASA's Artemis team. Then in April 2023, he was announced as pilot of Artemis 2 with Reed Wiseman, Christina Koch, and Jeremy Hansen. Artemis is NASA's program to return humans to the moon and prep for Mars, a relay race from Apollo days to today, passing the torch but with new tech. In April 2026, Artemis 2 launched. Days later, the crew flew around the moon. By April 2026, Victor was one of the first 4 people since 1972 to travel near the moon, and among the 4 humans who have gone farthest from Earth. The view must have been so bright even a honey badger would need shades. Oh hey, now here's where it gets extra spicy. Timing matters. There were debates and worries about when Artemis 2 would fly. Spaceflight is hard and delays can happen for safety. What if it slipped? Then different people might have been the first since Apollo to swing by the moon, but this crew made it, showing careful testing, patience, and teamwork pay off. Bear with me, this gets wild. Safe beats speedy in space every time. Victor's story also shows something cool about today's space world. He piloted SpaceX's first operational Dragon to the ISS, a commercial spacecraft. Then he piloted Artemis II, a government-led moon mission. That is teamwork between public and private, like lions and honey badgers watching each other's backs. Okay, maybe not lions, but you get it. There is a human side too. Victor is a Christian and he attends a Churches of Christ congregation in Friendswood, Texas. On Crew 1, he carried a Bible and communion cups to the ISS. In the middle of gadgets and science, he kept his faith close. Hearts and hardware can ride the same rocket. His playlist has surprises. Twice a week he listens to Whitey on the Moon, a poem by Gil Scott-Heron from 1970. It is a sharp look at space money and life problems on Earth that shows he thinks about the big picture, rockets and people, science and society. Seriously smart reflection. And for family, he is married to Diana Odom Glover and they have 4 daughters. Balancing space training and home life is like juggling meteors with oven mitts. Tough, but love and teamwork make it possible. Pause for a moment. That is awesome. Fun facts, lightning round. Call sign Ike means I know everything. He served with VFA 195 in Japan on the USS George Washington. He was a member of Phi Beta Sigma in college. He has a certificate in space systems, plus that Georgetown policy power-up, and his grandfather served in the Air Force back in the 1950s but faced barriers. That family history adds fuel to Victor's fire to break ceilings and open doors. Though, what makes Victor Glover stand out? A mix of test pilot cool, engineering brainpower, and mission leadership. About 3,000 hours, over 40 aircraft, more than 400 carrier landings, and 24 combat missions. Astronaut training, spacewalks, policy know-how, and moonflight. This is a Swiss Army rocket of skills, perfectly packed. Thinking about it makes my tail wiggle. The ISS is calling with its floating labs, plant studies, and spacewalk puzzles. The wonders up there keep science buzzing like a hive. Let's get zany with it, because that orbiting outpost is a treasure treehouse of discovery. Oh, that was a wild ride. Give yourself a tail wagon high five, and that is the tail end of that tail. For real, stay curious and keep those claws sharp for knowledge. Hakuna Matata.